Let's try this again. Sorry about that. We had a glitch in the phone, and that was not fun at all. I'm going to see that we are there. Give me un momento. Make sure we are there. See videos, live. Oh, look at that. Ooh, we're on a little Cricut too. That should be a little better, I think. All right. We all right? I'm good.
Are we back?
We're back. Just a little.
All right, guys. For those of you who are watching, fun fact: 2 things happen when your phone dies. The video, but it then immediately shut down YouTube and did an update.
Yeah, I did an update. Well, wait a minute, you can't do an update now.
It's like the Cricut gods don't want me talking.
That's not.
Alright, guys. So, since a lot of you are just joining or rejoining, I do apologize. Guys. Okay.
No sound?
It's because of the alarm.
Oh.
Give it 1 sec. Can you guys hear us?
You're good. Sound is back.
Okay. Okay, so let me start over because this has just been a technology fail. So I think it's better if you're over there looking at questions so you can get us questions.
Okay.
Okay, so because the other video is lost to internet out in the world, it won't upload, which is very sad. So I'm going to have Sean monitor comments, so this way you guys, we did get a lot of feedback that you want comments. So I'm going to start fresh because sadly that last video we just spent an hour on is gone. So before I start and talk about this, I do want to let you know that in no way am I speaking for any other companies I'm affiliated with. This is my opinion only. And everything I'm going to be talking about is about Cricut Corporate. This is nothing to do with their product experts or brand ambassadors because they also didn't have a decision in this. So, before we even start, I just want to let you guys know kind of what's going on. A lot of people that came into our last video late was saying, what's going on? I have no idea. So, let's just start from the beginning. Last Wednesday, Cricut announced a mug press was coming out. And I was really excited because we have Chalk Couture ink, and I thought this will be great. I'm going to test it to see if chalk ink will work with it. Once we got home, I went to research how to use this machine, and all I saw was a lot of comments about Cricut's new policy. So of course, what did I do? I went and researched it. Cricut announced on Friday, last Friday, that they were doing updates to Cricut Design Space, which I was so excited. I've been asking for an offset feature in Cricut Design Space for the past 4 years. They released all of these amazing features. And on Friday, the beautiful Anna Rose, who I highly respect, went live on Cricut and said, here is all of the great features coming to Cricut Design Space. And at the very end of the email and everything, there was a thing that said, also starting sometime in April, customers without access will only be able to upload 20 images a month. That simple little sentence derailed everything else. So we're talking about that. So please share this video with your friends, people that this affects, and I'm going to go into just kind of a history and redo what we were talking about since now my video is gone to the Cricut wastelands. So I do want to let you guys know that from 2014 to mid 2017, I was called a Cricut product expert. I had a lot of people asking, what is a Cricut product expert? A Cricut product expert is a program that Cricut put together where they designate people that they deem as product experts. These people are usually people that have Facebook groups of 100,000 or more, or a platform of 100,000 or more. So I qualified in the very beginning because the Cricut Explorer came out. A brief, quick history, because I don't want to spend too much time on it. Cricut was bought out in 2014 by a different company. It was actually bought out by what we have now learned is the Ross Perot family, and they were a privately held company. This is really important because that means they did not have to share a lot of information. They were private. They didn't have to patent. They didn't have to disclose a lot of information. And this also meant it was under new leadership of Ashish. And how I got part of the Cricut Product Expert Program was one video. You see, the Cricut Imagine was an old machine that was a print and cut machine. So this meant that it would print and cut in one. You didn't have to use an external printer. You just use that, you cut it, good to go. It was sadly a big failure. It is quite funny because one of the reasons I fell in love with that machine was the beautiful Miss Teresa Collins, because she had cartridges specifically for that machine. I don't know if for those of you who remember, you had pattern cartridges that just printed 12 by 12 paper, and then you had these image sets that would print and cut. Well, Cricut basically abandoned that machine, and then all of a sudden they came out with the Cricut Explorer. Now, in the time from that machine to Cricut Explorer, I had moved on to the Silhouette Cameo. I sold all my cartridges, I was done, and now I was going to be doing Silhouette. When the Explorer came out in 2014, Sean said, are we going to take a look at this machine? I said, probably not, I've moved on. And he says, I think you should compare it to the Silhouette. I think this might be something consumers would watch. We did that. The video took off. And the next thing I know, I was on the phone with the CEO of Cricut. He was talking about a product expert program, an affiliate program, and that's how I became a product expert. I was a product expert then for the next 2.5, 3 years, Sean, I think.
Yeah, about that.
And I built my audience on reviews, customer reviews of not just Cricut, but all crafting machines, Silhouette, Brother, the Craftwell, Boss Cut, just all reviews. And I built my entire brand on customer reviews, unbiased. And in 2017, Chalk Couture entered our life. Chalk Couture took off. I loved it. And Cricut made the decision that because I wasn't willing to just focus on Cricut, I was no longer a product expert. And they fired me as a product expert. And ever since that, even though it was hurtful, I have taken the higher road and been very, very, I know I have Cricut fans, so I want to always be there for them and help them with reviews. But as no longer a product expert, I'm not privileged to product releases, things coming up, and all of that stuff. So there's a little bit of history for you guys. So basically, what happened was on Friday, I started getting a lot of people asking, did you hear about Cricut's new policy? It's all over the internet. Now, keep in mind, I've not been on social media since probably Thursday. We got back from Maui, so I wanted to take some time, and I hadn't been on social media. And I don't read my emails. I'll be honest. I get a lot of emails. I don't read them. And one of those emails was from Cricut that said exciting changes to design space. And I was like, hallelujah, offset is coming. In fact, I said, Sean, offset is here. Raise the flag. We are happy.
That's literally the first thing.
I have been asking for offset since 2014. I was so excited. Then I went to Facebook to proclaim, yay, offsets here. It's something I've wanted ever since the beginning. And I've always been told it's not a needed feature. And so I went on Facebook to say, oh my gosh, did you guys see offsets here? And I saw a friend post, oh my gosh, I think I need to bring out my other machine because did you see this? And it was talking about how Cricut now is basically saying that if you are going to upload more than 20 images in a month, you have to be an Access member. Okay? I read that and I had to process it. I had to think about it because, and I will still go on the record saying this, I get this. When Cricut came out, and this is kind of, I know for those of you who already watched our live for the last hour, you probably have heard me say this, but it's gone, sadly, deleted, no more. Here's the deal. When Cricut Explore came out, Cricut wanted to avoid what other companies were having an issue with. So essentially, Silhouette, so Silhouette America, that's Silhouette Cameo, Silhouette Portrait. When you get an update with them, it is up to the user to update their machine. They don't have to. So you can update it or you don't have to update it. Cricut didn't want to do this because then you have multiple users on the platform using different software versions. So the only way to avoid this is Cricut decided to base their entire program on the fact that it was an online design program, which means you had to have internet, you had to have certain requirements, and you had to have a Cricut.com account. This also meant that as new features were rolled out, your basically software would automatically update. You didn't have a choice. You would go in, it says an update is available, you would update it, and it would bring out the new features. Now, it was online. And the reason why it was online is they had control over it. But by having it online, that also meant users that wanted to upload files had to be stored also online. So what this means is me as the user, Ken Hess, if I have a file and I am just using Miss Teresa Causlin's username, I went to Teresa's website and bought one of her SVG files. I go to Cricut Design Space, I upload it. Cricut now is storing that file, that uploaded file, in the cloud. It's not storing on my computer. It's not storing anyways. It is being stored by Cricut, which means they have to pay for this storage. And in the beginning, I was like, this is an issue, but I had many conversations with Ashish, and he says, this is the way we're doing it because we are in control of our software, yada, yada. As companies progress, so does customer demands, and customer wanted an offline feature. They wanted a feature where they could design offline and not be tied to the internet, which introduced Cricut Desktop Application. Ever since then, I have not really used Cricut because it has not been the best software rollout for me. But with that said, Cricut has skyrocketed in popularity. So I can tell you, and Sean can contest to this Christmas compared to the Christmas before, we could see our viewer count on our YouTube review videos on Cricut were 10 times the amount of in 2019. And this told me that Cricut was doing a great job getting their machines out to people. They were in Target, Walmart, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon, everywhere. And not only were they everywhere, but their square footage was getting bigger and bigger, and Silhouette Cameos was getting smaller and smaller, and they were doing a great job on their marketing. And we personally saw people that I normally wouldn't buy Cricut reaching out to me and saying, hey, I want to buy Cricut, what do you think? So that's what leads me to this video. I didn't want to do this video, I wasn't going to do this video, but the more I thought about it, the more I told Sean, oh my gosh, so many people have come up to us and said, because of you, I bought a Cricut. Because of you, I bought the Explorer Air 2. And the number one thing, if you watch our review videos that Sean and I would say is, the software is free. Freedom to upload as many images. Freedom, yes, it had issues with the software, but at the end of the day, what I loved about it was free, and it was easy to use. So in the very beginning, it was very, what do I want to say, Sean? Was it very fundamental? Or, where's my, it was easy to use. But, as with always, people wanted more. Yeah, Costco too. So, essentially, that brings us to today. And the reason I wanted to tell that story is I want you guys to understand, I kind of understand why Cricut is making this move. All of us are uploading our images. They're being stored in the cloud. Someone's got to pay for that. Cricut is probably paying for that. And how does Cricut make their money? Well, they're going to make their money on machines, materials, software. I can tell you right now, there is not a huge markup on machines. I've talked to many people in the industry that says you do not make money on machines. You just don't. You make money on materials, you make money on the software, and you make money on the images. So, even going to the very beginning, Cricut had a big push for access. And their take was, if you're a Cricut Access member, you get access to 25,000 images, 50,000 images, 75,000 images, 100,000 images. And then they started adding other perks. They added, now you can buy an exclusive mystery box. Now you can get the Cricut Cutie mystery box. You get exclusive sales. So essentially, they built a subscription plan just like Netflix, just like Disney, just like anyone else out there. Okay? So I understood their move because you have all of these people, like Cricut's a big name now. It's everywhere. You have all these users, but the part that people didn't see, the part that a lot of viewers are just now hearing, Cricut is in the process of becoming an IPO. And I cannot stress this enough, and I don't even think I stressed it enough in our last hour segment. Up to this point, Cricut has been a privately held company, meaning they didn't have stockholders and their decisions weren't made based around stockholders. They want to be an IPO, which means they want to be traded on the stock market. So they want to look good to investors. And Sean, how do you look good to investors?
Large subscription base, money coming in.
So it is very smart of their timing. This is all public knowledge. You can go onto the internet and look this up. You can see that they're trying to become an IPO. So if they're trying to become a traded company and they want people to invest in them, the best way to do that is say, look at how solid our company is. And the best way to do that is a subscription service. You see this with Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, all of this. The more people you have subscribed, the better your company looks. Amazon is a subscription service. They sell Prime. If you're a Prime member, you get faster shipping. You get Prime Video. You get all of these benefits. And you guys all know that every month it charges, or yearly, and Amazon has become domination in this sector. You look at Disney and their streaming software, and every investor meetings, they say how many subscribers we have, how many people are subscribed, and we're getting this residual income every month. So Cricut, it makes sense to me that they're doing this right now. And I'll answer your questions here in a second, but I want you guys to understand that by doing this, they need to increase their access subscription. How do they do that though? They've already said to people, you get 100,000 plus images. You get a discount, 10% on your Cricut.com orders. You get access to fonts. You get access to this. You get access to this. So essentially, if I'm a user, I just bought a machine and I tell myself, I don't like Cricut images. I don't need their fonts. I go to defont.com. I don't need to use any of that. I'm not going to be an access member. But I still have a machine that I can use and software that I can use. So how do they get those people to become an Access member? You take away or limit the things that is being used the most. And I can guarantee you right now, outside of Cricut fans, the number one thing used in Cricut software, Design Space software, is the fact that you can upload your own images. I could go to Google, download an image, and upload it to Cricut Design Space. And right now, I can do that as much as I want. But starting in April, if I am not a Cricut Design Space Access member, I will have to either become an Access member or be limited to 20 images. So to put that into perspective before I put it into questions, if you just bought a machine, you just spent $300, and you go to design, and you, in the first 10 days, upload 20 images, what is my option, Sean?
You either stop and wait until the beginning of the next month,
Making my machine,
like a brick,
or
you pay the extra $10 to do more. Unlimited.
correct. So that is why people are upset. People are not upset because they feel like they're being forced. They're upset because they're being told that we are limiting your abilities after selling them a machine that was advertised as a free design program. And I know, before I open the questions, it truly is still free. Cricut Design Space is free. You get it. You get to use basic shapes. You can use their fonts. You can actually use, their images. But if you are not an Access member, if you use their images and you go to cut that, it's going to say, to cut this, it's going to cost $1.50. Or it will say you should become an Access member and you get access to all of these images. Or you can upload your own. But now that's going to be limited to 20. That is the issue, is these people were told something and now it's being switched on them. So when this was released on Friday, you can imagine that people were kind of like, wait a minute. That's not what I was told when I bought the machine. This would be no different than, as I said in my last hour segment, with an Apple phone. I buy an Apple phone knowing it only has so much storage. And I know this to be true because I have a lot of music. I take a lot of photos. Sean, what happens when I exceed my storage on my phone?
You can't put any more on. You're done.
It says, you've exceeded your storage. You need to do stuff. And Apple gives me the option to buy additional storage. They will say, for 99 cents, we'll give you 2 terabytes of your online cloud. You can put stuff in, remove stuff. You can manage it how you want. And I can make that decision. Just like Apple Music. I used to buy iTunes Music albums all the time for $10. $9.99, $9.99, $9.99. Then they released Apple Music. And it's glorious. I pay $9.99 a month, and I get access to all of these albums I can download to my phone. Now, if I stop paying Apple Music, all of that goes away, and I know that, because I don't own that. That's kind of the same idea with Cricut Access. The only difference is using the Apple Music anthology. If I actually went and bought a Kelly Clarkson album, I bought it. I upload it to my iTunes account, it's there. I am not being told you can only upload so many more albums. It's unheard of. So, the whole reason I brought all of this back out before I answer questions is the outcry, I think, from people is the fact that really at 20 images, if you're not an Access member, your machine really is unusable. This affects a ton of people. And the reason I want to make sure you guys understand that my concerns are more geared towards telling Cricut this, not only does this affect people that bought the machine, this has affected people that have built businesses around the Cricut brand. When I was a Cricut product expert, it was a big part of my brand, and I was terrified of not being a product expert because I'm not going to get the affiliate money. I'm not going to get the latest news. I won't be the first on the market with stuff. They literally controlled what I kind of did and said because I got all these privileges. Then when I was fired, all of that went away, but there was still that, oh my gosh, you know, I need to be careful what I say or what I do. And then when I did do a video saying what I felt and thought, I was unfriended by the CEO. I was basically not invited to anything. I went to the Cricut Joy event. Sean can tell you firsthand how I was treated by certain people there. I was treated by other people very nicely.
Yep.
The people that treat me very nice and the people I want to make sure you guys understand have no say in this are people like Melody Lane, Sweet Red Poppy, Carly Hall, the people that literally are affiliates or product experts. They didn't know this coming, but I do want to say, always make sure that there are people out there that are being paid for their opinion, that are being paid to say certain things. And I respect those that say, I was given this machine, but it doesn't affect it. I only share things I love. I do have a little bit of sadness for them because they're having to deal with this fallout in their own ways. This is affecting people that do sell SVGs. Teresa Collins, Miss Kate Cuttables, Tanner Bob Bell has a subscription. Auntie Tay has a subscription. Part of their subscription is SVGs. And now they have users that are being told you can only upload 20 images at a time. That's going to make an impact on their business. So this small decision is impacting more than just the small users. So I am going to open it up to questions, but the reason why it is important for me to do this, the whole reason I did this video, is 2 reasons. Number 1, I have built my brand on making sure I give you guys unbiased reviews, the information, and I told you more than once that money will not dictate what I tell you guys. And number 2, I do feel I've recommended this machine to a lot of people that now feel like they aren't getting what was fully promised to them. And I do have to say, it's not, I don't see anyone as a winner in this scenario. What questions are you seeing, Sean, that I can answer?
Most of them have been just basically statements and stuff. If there was a question, it went by way too quick. You might have to back up. What about the offline option? Is that a workaround?
It's not.
No.
So essentially, the way to think of this is the offline version is basically just a way for users to be able to use Cricut Design Space when they're not with the internet. But everything is based on the cloud. Everything you do, when you buy a Cricut machine, you're agreeing to their terms and conditions. You're agreeing to the fact that when you upload an image, it is theirs. You're agreeing to the fact that Design Space may have to change its requirements to run. So there have been times where, out of nowhere, because they've added features to Design Space, now the computer you own isn't able to run Design Space because it doesn't meet the minimum requirements. So you have to upgrade your machine. And there is a ton of rumors out there right now. Cricut can just turn your machine into a brick. So I want to address that now. Can they? Yes, they can. Just like most companies. Most companies, the reason they have a serial number is that way they can track that device. They can track, is this a resale item? Who had this before? Who owned it before? So technically, if I was to call Cricut and say, I have this maker, it is not working, here's the serial number, they say, the machine's broken, destroy it, they can actually make that not work, and it takes care of that. Do I think Cricut's going to go and make people's machines bricks? No, absolutely not. But there is all of this speculation out there. Just like right leading up into this video, we looked at class action lawsuits and all of this stuff. So for me, it's important to note, can Cricut do this? Yes. Does it make sense as a business? Yes. Do they probably need to do this to stay afloat as a company? Yes. I'm sure they pay a lot of money for that storage of all of these images. It's the way it was communicated to the customers and the way that they weren't given options. as a consumer, I would have felt much better being approached this way. Dear Cricut user, as someone who utilizes our software on a monthly basis, you have requested more features. In order to give you these features, we constantly need to be updating our software and, reprogramming it. Part of our software is it is held in the cloud, including your uploaded images. The amount of these images taking up space is requiring, more costs. I would have much rather heard them say, going forward, all Design Space accounts are going to get this much storage room. You can have 20 uploaded images at a time. So if you have images you're not using, go delete them, and you can have a max of 20. This would have been a much better solution than just saying, if you exceed 20, you are going to have to become an Access member. That's just how I feel.
So go back just a little bit. There's some questions in
Sure.
bold, so keep going. Keep going back.
I'm sorry, I got stuck on the you look so much like Leonardo DiCaprio.
I love it.
I love you.
Oh, right there. You can go right there. There's the first one, Melinda L.
Where? I don't see.
She's all in caps.
Oh, hi. So the designs we created and uploaded, can we save those on our computer? You cannot. So Cricut Design Space, for those of you who are not familiar, you can design something in Cricut Design Space and share the link of that project to someone. Now, if I design something in Cricut Design Space and I want to share that with Sean because he is my user, I can do that if I create it in a Design Space. I cannot share a link in Cricut Design Space if it has any uploaded images, any licensed images, or anything that was brought into the program, okay? Because at that point, you're sharing files that you do not own, okay? I can also not download that to my computer. I can save the link. I can say, here's the link to my Design Space project, but I can't physically download that project to my computer. So that's the other part of this is essentially we don't have the rights to download the projects we use and stuff like that.
There's another one there. Merlin, can I have more than one account?
Merlin, that is a wonderful workaround. So, I'm not going to lie, I'm not an product expert. Here's two things Cricut, technically, I don't know if they know this, but yes, you can have one more account. And two, all I'm saying is the magic of a screenshot. You can screenshot off stuff Cricut Design Space, and that's the only way you would be able to capture that image.
And then Melinda again, like if we cancel access, we cannot use our designs.
Correct. So, and Melinda, that's a great point. I want to clarify that. If we cancel access, we can't use our designs. It's a yes and no. If you cancel access, you will not be able to access your projects. However, if once again, I'm just using Teresa, she's a friend of mine. If I bought files from Teresa Collins, she gives me those files in the SVG format, and I save those on my computer. I upload those to Cricut Design Space. That means I've uploaded the image to the cloud, but I still have the raw images Teresa gave me on my computer. So I will never lose those files that I actually purchased from other companies unless I delete them. But if you uploaded those into Design Space and deleted them off your computer, there's no way to get that file back to your computer.
Some people were asking, is this a good time to buy a machine or wait to see what happens?
So here's the deal. You would not believe how many people have reached out to me and said, should I buy a Cameo? It's such a hard thing because one of the things I love about Cricut, one of the things that I love about the Cricut Maker and the Cricut Explorer, and the thing you will hear in my review videos and Sean say is the fact that anyone, in my opinion, can open a Cricut machine and be designing in seconds because they've made the software so simple to use. And people that have already learned that software, if you just abandon your Cricut and go to, let's say, Silhouette Cameo, you're going to have to learn that software. And it's just a different software. It's going to be a learning curve. So will you get more features in that software? Absolutely you will. But it won't be as easy to use. That's one thing I do love about the Cricut design space is the software is easy. However, the software is pretty basic. It's always been a software where it is just, you know, this is how to do basic shapes, use the images. The whole reason they haven't built offset is they don't want to give too many features so fast that it slows down the software. What are you looking at next?
I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Is Silhouette a viable, comparable alternative? Angela, yes.
So a Okie Ladybug, I'm going to highlight her. I did last hour too before it completely deleted on me. For me, why this is such a big issue is Cricut users are pretty loyal users. And we come from a point of we had cartridges. Back in the old days, you had a cartridge, you plugged it in, there's all your images. There was no linking cartridges, there was no owning it. That also meant I could give my cartridge to Sean and he could use it. Mm-hmm. So Cricut did away with that. And now, literally, my images are linked to my account. So Ken Hess has a Cricut.com account. Everything I own is linked to that account. So if I choose to sell my machine, Sean wouldn't be able to get all access to those images unless he has my Cricut.com account and password. Okay? So by doing this, it really does control where Cricut now has the control of the images and stuff. So for me, this whole disgruntled part is the fact that they're putting people in an unpredictable spot of, will you use 20 images in a month? And the answer is, I don't know. There's been times I've done a project thinking I only need one image. And for example, I did a project where I made a Disney shadow box for my brother and sister-in-law with Disney. For that, I had to upload 18 files. A castle, fireworks, the Mickey Mouse character, the Minnie Mouse character. I had to upload. So if I'm at 18, it's only the second of the month, and now I need to upload 4 more files. That's what's going to happen is Cricut's going to say, hey, you've already reached your limit. Now you either don't get to upload images for another 3 weeks, making your machine non-usable, or become an Access member. And as an Access member, you get access to... Do I think Access is a great product? Absolutely. I personally think it is a great product. But I also feel like you shouldn't be dictated to go into it because of uploads. I don't.
Somebody earlier when you started says they have still a lot of cartridges. Can you still use a cartridge on a machine? You can. You have to buy a special reader that plugs into like the Maker to be able to do that. And then you should be able to.
So the fact of the matter is, you guys, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, this is an Access thing. In my opinion, this move has everything to do with the fact that they want to go to an IPO. Sean, why don't you come on camera and explain to me, why is the IPO so important in this?
Okay, for a company to become an IPO, obviously they're going to say, we need investors to be able to make this company profitable and stuff. You have a board, you have all that. And as you all know, board members want to get paid. So for them to say, I'm going to invest this money, what are you going to do to make sure you got money coming in before they go as an IPO? So by doing that, they're going to say, well, we're now going to be offering this subscription to keep people coming in. They said, okay, great. So how much do you think you're going to be able to do? I think we can do this, this, and this is where our profit's going to look like.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and invest.
They have a way to track their forecasts in the future.
Yeah, so by doing that...
A machine, if you buy a machine, you give them your $300, it's done.
That's it, they're done.
You even buy material, it's kind of done.
Kind of, sort of.
The subscription service, if they go to a board of directors and say, we have 1 million subscribers, they are paying $10 a month, we have $10 million coming in a month. That is huge. That is huge for being an IPO.
Yep.
It
So
is.
they need
It's
to-
big. They want that.
They will not be an IPO if they cannot prove that they can make quarterly, monthly, or whatever
Correct.
profits.
So to me, that is what this move is all about. This is not. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah.
This is not about Cricut being trying to trick people or anything like this. This is a way for Cricut to say, how do we get more subscription people? And you can see, look back a year. Please go back and look a year. You're going to see all of a sudden, Cricut Access members get free shipping. Cricut Access members get an extra 10%. Cricut Access members get exclusive contact. Cricut Access members get access to exclusive mystery boxes that contain Cricut cuties, which are highly sought after. These are all geared towards getting more Access members. Not only is it geared towards getting more Access members, but if you look at the way that they bundle their Access, if you go month to month, it is more expensive than if you buy a year. If you buy a year, you're going to get a cheaper price. They want you to buy a year. Not only do they want you to buy a year, but how many of you are out there that literally say, oh crap, I just got my razor order in again. I forgot to cancel my subscription. Subscriptions are one of those things that people forget to cancel. It just makes the company healthier. It is a very smart business move on their part, but it is very weird, the timing of the IPO. That's all I'm saying.
I think you may have didn't mention on this hour that a lot of Cricut people probably already have access. They probably already have it. So this is mostly for those who don't have it.
So here's the deal. I don't know numbers. They don't share because they are not a public company yet. So they don't have to share access numbers. They do not have to share that information. I personally feel that the people out there that are Cricut fans and love their Cricut and have already been paying for access, the majority of them are looking at this move as, yeah, who cares? I'm an Access member. I already get it. I already do this. But I can guarantee you there is a ton of people out there that start off as a Cricut Access member and they realize I'm not using the images. I'm not using the benefits that come with my Access subscription. I choose to take my $10 and invest in anti-taste subscription or Maker's Gonna Make subscription or whatever. That can hurt Cricut because now that subscription is going to someone else.
So Merlin is saying that 70% of people do not have access.
I agree with that. I agree with to the fact that the majority of people do not have access. The general crafter in the community doesn't have access. And the reason I know this is a ton of people out there tell me, why would I buy access when I can upload my own image? I can go to Google Images, find an image, download it to my computer, and upload it. So there was a comment that said, Cricut Access numbers shared for their IPO application shows 1.2 subscribers at the time of their application.
1.2 million.
So there you go. So that's not a lot, actually. You're right. Let's see here. Does this mean we will not be able to upload our previous uploaded items? There is a lot of people that are doing this mad dash right now and trying to upload as many images as they can because they don't think it's going to affect your past images. If I was to go into my Cricut Access account, until they lock me out of it, I don't know. But if I was to go in there, I can access images I've uploaded from the very beginning of Cricut Design Space. And I do not use those images. So I understand Cricut is paying for storage of those things I've uploaded in their cloud. But they made that decision when they made Cricut Design Space an online-based program. So I get where the cost of this is. But the thing I think people are not seeing is the fact that they want to become an IPO, they want more Cricut subscribers because you're going to get more investors. How does this affect people making SVGs and using subscription-based service like Maker's Gonna Make and Anti-Tape? So the reason this is going to affect people is if you do not have Cricut Access. If you have Cricut Access, this doesn't affect you. If you pay for that service monthly or yearly or whatever, it does not affect you. But if you don't, And I don't know, because I do not subscribe to Anti-Taste subscription or Maker's Gonna Learn subscription, Maker's Gonna Make. But if, let's say they release a image file that has 20 SVGs in it, if they were to upload all 20 SVGs and you do not have Cricut access, you've reached your limit. And I know a lot of people are saying you can bundle all your SVGs into one file and upload it. The Cricut Design Space can't handle that to upload a big file. I've tried it before. It takes forever or it crashes the system. Let's see here.
He said there's about 4.5 million people that don't have access.
Well, and I think this is a perfect time to say that I think more people would be willing to pay for the software if it was good software. I don't know how many times I've seen people doing a project and all of a sudden Cricut Design Space is down for maintenance. Do you know what that means? Cricut Design Space is down for maintenance. That means nobody
can do anything
worldwide can access it because they're doing maintenance. Sometimes the software doesn't work. The people are struggling it. And so the problem has been, and I'll be honest, when they released infusible ink, when they released the mini Easy Press, when they released the mug press, you will see comments that say, how about fixing your software first? We would love to see software improvements. The part that really kind of does bug me is if you were to go onto Cricut's page right now and look at Friday's live where they release information about offset and all that stuff, you're going to see how pissed off people are, and they are not responding to any of them. There's even people posting the class action lawsuit, the petitions. They're just glazing over them. Ashish is not making any comments. Cricut hasn't made a comment. They're going on as business as usual. So if you go on their page, they're just sharing projects. So to me, they're not even addressing it. Anything else I missed, Sean?
Go back down.
There you go.
Someone said Ashish is on vacation. Good time to go on vacation. Somebody said that they have 57,000 signatures for the
Here's the deal. Yeah. Florence says, how can we do something to all together? Let's stop them. The best way is, and I hate to say it, is to write an email to Cricut. There's a lot of people been posting stuff about investors, please read this and stuff. The sad part about this is, as the user, we have no control over this. As the user, Cricut Access is the all-powering Cricut. When they shut it down for maintenance. They dictate what you can do. Offsets. I've been wanting forever. I've been told, if you want offset, go use another program to do that. Then bring in your file to Cricut Design Space. That has been the answer I've given to many, many users until today. Because now, if I say, go create an Adobe Illustrator and bring it into Cricut Design Space, if you're not an Access member, that counts as one of your 20. It does.
This is illegal in the European community.
Yeah. So yeah. Okie Lady says it's like buying a car and then being told after 200 miles a month you have to pay us more money. Absolutely. I agree with her. I feel like this is, let's be honest, most consumers do not read terms and conditions. We do not go into the fine print. And you can have people all day say, if you read in their user agreement, it says A, B, C, D. However, I can do the same thing and show you in 2014, a post made by Cricut to their official page says, designing should be free. Cricut Design Space is creativity free. Upload as many of your images as you would like at no charge. Creativity should be free.
Not no more.
Not no more. Why are there so many? Let's see here. Oh, Betty Boo would like to know what an offset is. Offset is a basic, in my opinion, thing where if this was your image you were uploading to Cricut, you hit offset and it does a perfect outline of a certain degree. So like you could make an outline of this design with 1/4 of an inch and it's perfectly around. So you'll see it a lot for stamps and stuff like that. Ragdoll Libby said every business is going to do a monthly membership. XM, radio, cable TV did it, and so on and so on. I completely agree with you. We live in a culture now where it's subscription. As Sean was saying earlier today to me, we have the choice now to not have cable TV. We can get Netflix, Paramount, HBO Max, Hulu. We can pick and choose these pieces to stream our products.
Because it was cheaper than having satellite.
It was cheaper than having satellite. The difference in this, in my opinion, is the people that bought this machine were told one thing and now are being told a different thing. And if they do not become a subscriber, they will not be able to use their machine, which is a fact. This is, you can say it as much as you want. If I upload 20 images in the month of April, and it's only April 15th, Cricut will say to me, in order for you to use your machine, you either A, need to use the images in Cricut Design Space, whether they're free or ones you have to buy, or be a Cricut Access member. And by the way, once you're a Cricut Access member, you have all of the ability to use all these images and upload as much. That is a huge, huge, huge difference than when they bought their machine for the first place.
I saw someone earlier saying that this could also be a possibility, that they may even charge more for more stuff. They'll actually might have a possibility of saying, now you got to pay this much if you want this much. So it is a possibility that could happen in the future.
It is a possibility. The fact of the matter is, you guys, in the past year, I've scratched my head a lot of Cricut's decisions. I am not privileged to stuff, but I also feel that there's a lot of people out there that are not going to share their opinion on this matter, because if they do, they may not be a product expert anymore. They may not be an affiliate anymore. They may not have that income. And we have people, very amazing people that I've met in person at these events, that would be detrimental to their families. It would be a decision that could end their business. Vice versa, this is for people that create SVGs. This impacts them as well. Mm-hmm. So this is a decision that's not just affecting those mass crafters. It's a decision that's affecting a lot of people, in my opinion.
Somebody asked just a moment ago that if you had access, if you created an image and it went up and you no longer have access, I can't get my image. That's right, you cannot.
Correct.
Once it's up, it's up. And if you don't have it saved, you can't.
Michelle says, can we not use the Cricut images that we purchased from Cricut? You can. So if you've purchased an image from Cricut, that would be tied to your Cricut.com account, and you'd be able to use that. If you've purchased an image set, for example, licensed images are not part of Cricut Access. Disney, Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, those are licensed images. Anna Griffin, all of those are not part of Cricut Access. So the only way you can use those is to pay for them. Once you pay for an image set, it is yours to keep. You would be able to access them. But the big deal here is, if, let's say, you want to do an image of Legos. They don't have the Lego rights. So you find a whole bunch of sets on Etsy. You purchase them. There's 30 images in that set. And you want to upload those to Cricut. You're going to be limited unless you have a Cricut Access membership and pay for it on a month.
Once you buy something, you can always access it.
If you buy an image set at Cricut, yes.
So you can use Design Space upload all day long as it's
If
something
Design
you
Space
bought.
is working, yes.
Yeah, if it's working.
Correct. So Addie says, according to the press release, previously uploaded should be fine. Correct. So you're going to hear a lot of people today saying, I'm uploading as many images as I possibly can, because until this takes effect, those will not be affected. This will only go into effect once they release it and say this is when it's starting. And then I'm assuming it's going to be a lock, where it is essentially, you've already uploaded your 20 images, now you need to buy Cricut Access. And so another question said, I saw fine print somewhere that they can change anything at any time on its policies. That's pretty true about most companies. Most companies in their fine print will tell you at any time we're in control. Chalk Couture, perfect example. Chalk Couture on the back of their catalog has all of these policies, and one of them says that we can change our mind pretty much at any time. I don't think anyone is disgruntled saying like, oh, they're going to change it. I think it's the way it was packaged, the way it was communicated, and not giving people the option. In my opinion, Cricut could have easily said, here's the deal. Part of having a free software program is the fact that you can upload as many images, but we need to store those images. So each Cricut.com account is going to get X amount of uploads per account. And you can make the decision what to do. So if I know I get 20 uploads maximum at any time, I could delete files and re-upload different files and delete and upload. This would mean we're not taking up as much Cricut.com storage space, but I would be able to upload it. But let's be honest, if they offered that, would they be as appealing as they want to be for this IPO? I'm telling you guys, this is all an attempt to make it look better for the investors.
Dion says, can you buy access for a month and then upload as much as you want that month, then cancel?
I think so.
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not, because it is monthly. And technically, if it's month to month, yeah, you could do that. And just like Netflix, if you are an Access member, you have all of the access to these benefits while you're an Access member. So the idea is, if you can't afford it next month, don't be an Access member. I don't know what it will say when you're not an Access member, what rights you'll have and stuff, but it is something where, yes, you can become an Access member and not an Access member, sign up, not sign up, all that stuff. So I don't see why there would be a difference there. Is there any way that you can download pictures other than the Cricut images and use your machine? I don't know what you mean by that, but if you're asking like, can you have to look at it as the upload. Technically, and this is a huge, I'm sure, violation of their software, you can take a screenshot of Cricut Design Space of your images and it saves to your desktop. And you can then go into Cricut Design Space and upload that screenshot. That would count as one of your 20 uploads. Virginia, a lot of folks are going that way. I don't know what. I have the same question as Dion. Do these images go away if you cancel? I don't know. I've never canceled my membership. I have been an Access member since 2014 because I see the value in it. Even when I'm not, I'll be honest, I don't use my machines. But I see the value of the other benefits. So Cricut Access members get the ability to get the mystery boxes with the Cricut Cutie in it. I like those Cricut Cuties. I love collecting things. So for me, Access member, it's a benefit. To Allie, my friend, she'll be like, I don't care about that. I don't want to use their images. So to her, that $10 may not seem like a lot, but during a pandemic, during budgets, that can add up. Plus, if you, let's say, go to Teresa Collins' website. You pay for those images. So let's say you pay $10 for the SVG images. Now you have to pay $10 if you want to upload it into Cricut, and you're past the the 20 uploads.
Mm-hmm.
So will your live review on the mug machine come back? So we will be doing our live review on the mug machine. So this is what started this whole video, was the mug machine, because I do think Cricut does a great job packaging their products, making it cute, making it easy. And for me, I want to see if it will work with our Chalk Couture ink. But I also bought this machine, and that makes my review unbiased. You do have to be careful out there. There is a lot of people that were given machines, were paid to do a review. And by law, they are supposed to say, I was paid by, this is a sponsored post and stuff like that. There are other peoples out there that are better than others. And if you reach out to me, I'd be happy to say that is someone I would 100% trust their review. And they're not unbiased. Once that goes live, I will share it with you. All right, last chance for questions.
I think if somebody was kind of saying something, I'll just kind of reiterate. If you designed an image, you actually made an image or something that you saved, and you saved it on your desktop, you got it, it's yours. But then once you upload it to Design Space without deleting it on your thing, and it goes up into the cloud to them, they now own that part, but you still have yours. Yours is still, it's still your image there because
the best way to think of it is your computer. If you bought a file, let's say from Teresa Collins, she's going to send you an email that says, here is your SVG file, okay? You're going to download that to your computer. So it is stored on your computer. Now you go to Cricut Design Space and you upload that image. So it is stored in their cloud, but technically it's still stored on your computer. So as long as you don't delete it from your computer, you still have that file. And many companies allow you to download their files multiple times. The difference in this is if you were to upload it to the cloud and then delete it off your computer, you have no way of capturing that image now unless you went back and got it from the source. Are we able to use our own images that have been uploaded anytime? So yes. So right now, if you wanted to upload all of your images to Cricut Access, they are part of your Cricut.com account and you should be able to access them. So, but I do want to tell you guys, as someone else pointed out, they could change that policy at any time. So they potentially could say, hey, even though we said you have access to those images you've uploaded, we've changed our mind and now we're charging you a storage fee. They could do that legally. Would that be business suicide? Yes, but I would also think what they're doing now is not good either. So, Mom, Hawaii says so up like crazy before April. I do believe if the beautiful Dion is in here, she is uploading crazy. I think she said on her post yesterday she's uploaded 242 images or something, which I died. I thought was so funny. Marie Dunn, I don't see, but yes, you can. You just limited to upload your images to 20 a month. So can offline save files be saved from file in your computer where they are saved? Meaning, can I use them to another folder out of drawings? And then I do not believe you should. So, all right. So before I end this, I just want to stress this enough. I think a lot of people are getting caught up on, it's not a big deal. It's just $10. If you are uploading more than 20 images anyways, you're probably a business and you want to do it. The thing that I think people are overlooking is the timing. They're doing this because they want more subscribers because of the IPO. Becoming an IPO means they need investors. They are going to be on the stock market. People want to invest in a company that's healthy and looks healthy. So if they go to Cricut and they say, tell us what your sale numbers are. It's not just we've sold this many machines. They can say, we currently have 4 million subscribers that pay $10 a month. What is an investor going to say? That is amazing. That is income that is coming in every single month. That to me is something that needs to be noted. I think it is very important. I do not believe the offset feature is available yet.
Yeah, all this won't be available until we think sometime in April. We don't know. No,
Yeah.
Since you're not a...
So once again, yeah, I can't stress enough that because I'm no longer a product expert, I'm not privileged to any of this stuff. I have to say this one last time because I want to make sure you guys understand. This decision was made by Cricut and then communicated to their partners. This has put a lot of people in a tough situation because product experts, influencers, companies that work with Cricut, they sit there and say, what do I do? Because this is part of my brand. This is what I do to make money for my family. And these people are really good people. And they didn't make this decision, but now they're trying to figure out a way to go on with their business without making the decision. I hope that makes sense. So...
And somebody did say that the offset may not work on mobile.
I don't think it is going to work on mobile. I think they already said that, yeah. Ken, thank you for this explanation. You've explained this in a great manner. This is why I love you guys. So I think I'll end it with this. I realize by me doing this video, the implications that may happen. I know for a fact, Cricut has locked people out of their affiliate program, product expert program, and that's disheartening, but they have every right to do that. And if that happens to me, I will let you know. For me, it is, I can't reiterate this enough. I understand why they're making this decision. It is a smart business decision. It is, Cricut Access actually is a really good program. It's just the way they communicated it and the way that they should have presented it to you guys. For me, I only did this video because so many people were reaching out and saying, what's your thoughts? And had I not done a video, staying silent, in my opinion, feels like I'm agreeing with the decision, and I do not agree with the decision that's being made. Angie, I love your comment. I want to read this. Angie said, Angie Barnes, on the other side, YouTubers are selling image subscriptions to use on direct design space, and those subscriptions are canceling Cricut Access. So if you look at it, Cricut's perspective, I could not agree with you more. 100%, 100 thumbs up. You've hit the nail on the head. It is a horrible position to be in because most people are going to subscribe to a subscription, whether it be Ken's Files Monthly or Cricut Design Space. If I'm not paying for Cricut Design Space and I'm paying for Ken's file service and I release 20 images, now Cricut is having those uploaded and they're housing it. So from their perspective, absolutely, I agree with you. Who's going to pay for that? How is that going to happen? So once again, I don't disagree with what they're doing. I actually think it makes sense. But I think that they could have communicated it and went about it in a different way. But the reason they're not is they want the subscribers. They want those subscriptions for the IPO. Plain and simple.
Carrie says she has the joint and it's still in its wrapper.
Hi, Auntie Tay.
Hi, Auntie Tay.
So Auntie Tay's here, so I feel like we can tell it. This is a direct impact to her business. Let's be honest, you guys. This decision, a lot of people have said to me, Ken, it's not a big deal. It's just $10. And I will tell you once again, as I said 10 times, I get why they're doing this decision. And coming from the perspective of we're going to be a publicly traded company, an IPO, we want to show as big subscriber base. That is going to make us look like a solid company. But by doing this decision, it affects a lot of people. It affects, of course, the people that are uploading images that they like. So if I personally love what Auntie Tay provides, and she has all these images, I'm now being told I can only upload so many of them unless I'm a Cricut Access member. So now I have to make a decision. Do I stay with Auntie Tay? Do I do Cricut Access? Well, if I do Auntie Tay, I can't really do Cricut Access because I'm limited to 20. This decision has affected businesses. It has affected users. It has affected the hobbyists. It's affected people that make it a business. And no one, in my opinion, is the winner except for Cricut because they're trying to increase their subscriber base. Let's see her. I don't know if there's any more questions. Sorry, the questions are going by so fast. So I do want to do this comment here. Auntie Tay is the way to go. She cares about her customers. I will say this once and I'll say it again. People follow people, not companies. Auntie Tay, Melody Lane, Tanner Bob Bell, all three offer very different subscription plans. But the one thing they do is they've built a community, and that community they've supported. So this announcement has affected all three of them, and all three of them are thinking, how do we communicate this to our audience to make it work? Because it's affecting all of them. But the fact is, in my opinion, it's all of these people that are communicating this decision, because Cricut is not. If you go on their page, they're not talking about it. People are leaving comments. They're not responding to the comments. They're not doing it. In fact, the only thing they are doing is they're saying, oh, no, guys, you get 240 images upload per year. Oh, I get 240 uploads a year? You guys, that's 20 a month. They're just making it sound better.
Somebody was asking, does Glowforge, do you have to pay a monthly fee for their services?
So technically, yeah. So Glowforge recently released something called Glowforge. Is it Plus? Glowforge.
I don't know.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get this for you. Glowforge Premium. So Glowforge has released something called Glowforge Premium where you get all of these additional benefits. But Glowforge is not saying if you upload your own designs, you're limited to this. They're just saying here is a subscription service that if you want, you're going to get access to all of these files, get access to built-in text and stuff. But they're not saying if you don't have this service, you're only going to be able to do this. That's very different.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. So, anyways, at the end of the day, you're all adults. You can all make your own decision. But I just like you guys to be educated to see where this decision is coming from and all of the facts. The fact, and I will end it here because it's almost 7 o'clock. Do I still think Cricut has the best cutting machine on the market for paper crafting? Absolutely, without a doubt. Their Cricut Explorer Air 2 is my go-to paper crafting machine. If you watch any of my reviews, I have never disputed that fact. But also in my reviews, I have said, Design Space, even though it's very user-friendly, it is limited to people that want to design. When I brought that up to Cricut, their response was, well, Ken, it's fine. We want to make our software simple so those people can go design elsewhere and bring the file into Design Space. But now you can't unless you're a Cricut Access member. Wait, you can, just only $20 a month. Let's see here. Okay, so Procreate Artist is a great program. I'm telling you that. And I'm telling you, there is people out there that give honest, unbiased reviews. For those of you who may not know, there is a wonderful blog called Clever Sunday. Her name, well, I'll just say Clever Sunday. She is a great place to go to for a dry, like she will tell you how it is. Like this is the requirements. She's the one that did a whole article on at any time Cricut can change the minimum requirements of your computer to run Design Space. So you may have to upgrade your computer or it will not work. So it's a great blog. Just like I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Crafty Pants bought his machine. Anytime someone has bought a machine to review, I personally feel like they have skin in the game, and that's going to be an unbiased review. However, you just have to keep that all in mind when you're watching these kind of videos. Let's see here. So I have 3 machines, but only 20 uploads. That is correct. Clever Sunday is awesome. I agree. So Katie says, but not the Cricut influencers. They will never say one negative word about Cricut and will not allow any critiques in their Facebook group. Moving on. So ID Party Designs, I don't get the uproar. You can still use the machine. You're just limited. You don't want to be limited. Pay. Hopefully this helps with anyone getting better software. I agree with you, but I disagree with you. I feel the uproar is because of the way they communicated it. I do agree with the fact that it makes sense what they're doing. It just feels icky how they handled it. I guess that's the best way to say it. It isn't bricked. I really want to I do want to say, like, a lot of people think your machine's going to be bricked. Here's the deal. If I bought my Cricut Explorer machine. In order to use that machine, I need Cricut Design Space. True or false? True, right?
True.
So now that I have Cricut Design Space, it's free. True or false? The program.
True.
True. Okay. I create my own files because I'm an artsy type. And I want to now upload those to make beautiful signs on a business. Once I get to 20 for the month, I'm going to have 2 options. Option 1, buy Cricut Access so I can upload unlimited files. Or 2, use the files I've either already uploaded or are Cricut's files. Which both of them will lead back to the fact that you need Cricut Access.
Yeah.
That's what makes it feel icky. Your machine, technically, yes, it will still work. It's not going to be a huge paperweight. You're just going to have to pay for it.
Right.
And that wasn't the original agreement.
It even means, too, if I'm understanding that, let's say you did your 20, let's say you want to go back and use one that you've already uploaded. It's just still one of the 20. Can you go back to it? Or then just because you used it, you can't use it again if you've gone past the 20?
Yeah. So I think it comes down to, if they had said, if this is me and I said, Sean, here is the Cricut machine. It comes with free software. You're going to be able to upload 20 files a month, and after that, you will have to be a Cricut Access member, which is $9.99. Would have you bought the machine or not?
If not knowing what happened was prior to?
No. Would you buy the machine as is right now if I told you that?
Probably.
I would.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because I like the machine.
I would buy the machine. But I would know by buying the machine that if I use my 20 files, I may have to buy Cricut Access. That's not how it was approached.
No.
That's the uproar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Renee says, but Ken, if you're a business owner, that $10 a month is a tax write-off. Renee, you were correct, but $10 write-off is nothing.
That's nothing.
I don't want to discount your $10 write-off. Doesn't compare to the fact that you are being forced to do this if you want to use your machine. Okay. I think he drank the Kool-Aid. I don't know what you mean on that. ID Party Design says, but businesses change. Absolutely. Once again, can't stress that enough. I agree. Businesses change. And in order for a business to be successful and make money, they have to make changes. Just like Netflix. Netflix increases their prices all the time. The way they approach it, though, because they did this last time, is they said, we will be increasing our Netflix charge this month because we've brought so much original content and these shows. We're constantly coming up with new programs. We are giving you, for this $3, all of these extra benefits. The way Cricut approached this was, hey, you've bought our machine and you pretty much can use it, but once you get to 20 uploads, you're going to have to pay a little fee to use it or just use the designs you already have. Very different. Oh, you are defending Cricut. Here's the deal. I will defend Cricut all day long on certain things. They have the best cutting machine. And I will go on record one more time of saying, I do think Cricut Access is worth every single penny. I continue to purchase Cricut Access every single month. But I'm choosing to do that with my money and saying, here's my money, Cricut, because I see value in what I'm receiving. What's happening now is people using the machine are going to be surprised because not everyone reads their emails. There will come a time when a user in July goes to upload it and it's going to say, in order for you to cut this design, you need to be a Cricut Access member. And if you don't want to be a Cricut Access member, you're going to have to wait so many days to be able to use this file. Very different. All right. Okay, so anyways, that is it. I'm sorry that our first video did get deleted and not uploaded, and that's why we wanted to do it. The reason this video was so important for me, and the reason I'm willing to do this video and risk any future relationship with Cricut, is I just feel this is a very sneaky way to increase their subscriber base ahead of an IPO application. That's all I'm saying. I feel like they are not addressing the fact that, hey guys, we are trying to become an IPO. Hey, we are trying to increase our subscribers, and they could have went about it in a very different way. And because they did not, they have to deal with the amount of fallout. And the only way that they're going to deal with it is to ignore it or silence those that are against it. That's my intake. Anything else, Sean, you want to add?
No, I think we did well. You did very well.
So, Vanny Boy, I agree. I do agree. I do think that this could be a wonderful thing for Cricut. I could be a year from now saying, oh my gosh, what a great decision, because all these people are paying for access now, and they've been able to increase and make the software better. I will be surprised if that happens because they have not made the software better. I mean, we've waited this long for Offset, and they're bringing Offset on the heels of this kind of icky feeling of the 20 images. So I just feel like you need to know that. I think transparency key. I think that we as a YouTube creator, you guys know cancel culture. I think it's so important to be transparent and to also say our opinion. And if companies decide to end a relationship with me, I'm willing to take that risk for you guys to know all the information. Let's see. I don't think this looks good to investors to see all the fallout during an IPO. Here's the deal on that, Jennifer. I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is the majority of people right now don't even know Cricut is going for an IPO. It has not been addressed. It has not been put out there. The only reason I know they're going for an IPO is when I look up Cricut applications, I can find their IPO application. So that changes this whole conversation. In my opinion, it does. Because knowing they're going to be a publicly traded company on the stock market, they want the subscriber base because it will make their company look financially healthy. That is my whole point of this. This, in my opinion, is not a way for them to get more money to worry about the cloud space. It is not a way to get them better software, because they could have done that by now. They could have. Look at how much of a presence they have in Joann's, Michael's, Target, Hobby Lobby, everywhere. They are everywhere, and they are getting more and more and more and more footage in these stores. So I don't think it's a matter of them needing more money. I really do think that this is a move for the IPO. I really do. That's just my opinion, and that's, you can take it or leave it. Okay, last but not least, VVN says, I just wonder if there are possibilities to use alternative programs with the cutter. So, I know I keep on saying it in the video, history lesson, we've been down this road with Cricut. It used to be that you could take your Cricut and use it with other softwares. And there was a huge lawsuit against Make the Cut that basically stopped having Cricut be able to be using third parties. So that was one of the first fallouts Cricut had. Ever since then, you cannot use the machine with other software programs. There's no way around that. Your Cricut machine, if you bought it, Cricut Explore on, has to use Cricut Design Space. Case closed.
Unless you were a true coder and could create your own.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm going to end this. You are more than welcome to reach out to me. I do hope, and I think to myself that maybe they may see the public outcry and change their minds and approach this differently. The best way you guys can do this is to write them, email them, let them know, because obviously threatening them with the fact that I'm just going to sell my machine, they're not taking seriously, because those comments, there's 10,000 comments on this live from Friday and they've not responded to any of them that you saw or I saw. So it tells me that there's no winner in this except for Cricut and the IPO. A lot of people said, oh my gosh, it's a great day to be a Silhouette Cameo user. I don't necessarily think that's true, because if you sell your Cricut and buy a Silhouette, you have to learn the software. You have to find content around that. Auntie Tay or Tanner Bobel now, as a business, is saying, okay, my user base, because of this decision, is now shifting, and they have to create content for that. That's why a lot of people, in my opinion, this is a big deal. This is not just a little, here's a change, because it is affecting so many aspects. Okay. They also need to stabilize the software. So many people have issues. I agree. So we could spend all day telling you why I feel the way I do. I think the end point of this is Cricut is a company. They need to make money. Absolutely. This decision, I actually do see why they are doing it. I just wish they were a little bit more transparent. And I do not know it to be a fact that they're doing this because they're going to be an IPO. It just looks that way to me. The fact that they want to increase their subscriber base with the fact that they're becoming an IPO, it makes sense. But as a user, we should have the say in that. Miss Crafter says they should have just presented it better and gave options. Agreed. And I do have to say that these are just my personal views, my what I see happening. I do not have any information outside of what I was able to search on Google. So if you were to search Cricut IPO, you can search that. You can go look at their patents. You can look at where they're going and the fact that they want to make a public traded company. I have nothing to gain from this video. If you look down below, I do not give you any links to purchase another machine. I do not give you any links to say you should do this. I do give you links to our social media channels, and I do hope you do follow us because we will continue to give updates on this topic, because I do think this is a topic that we're still going to be discussing in a week from now. That's just what I think. Better be an April Fool's joke. I would love it if it was. All right. So as for those, I will be doing a review on the mug press. An honest, unbiased review. We will be doing that tomorrow. Please feel free to reach out to me on this video. I know that you may agree with some of it, you may agree with part of it, or you may call BS on the whole thing, and that's your right. You can absolutely do that. You can disagree with me. I'm just telling you from my point of view, it feels yucky. It feels yucky the way they did it. And I just wish they've made such progress in their reputation as a brand that it's hard for me to understand why they made this decision. So, all right. Anything else, Johnny, you want to add before we go?
I think we did well. You did awesome.
I'm so sorry our first video got deleted and ran out of juice. Normally we wouldn't redo a video, but this topic was very important to me. It was something I actually wanted to do last night, but I still wanted to research the topic about the IPO and everything before I presented it to you, because I do know the implications of a video like this and what it could do to not only my viewer base, but also my relationship with this company and other companies. But the one thing I want to end with is all of that, in my opinion, is worth it for our community to make the right decision for you and your businesses. So, I hope you do join us in our Facebook group, subscribe to our channel, because this, I feel, is just the start of some changes we're going to see. What do you think, Shawnee?
I think you are correct.
Okay. When are you doing your mug press review? Probably tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be live or not.
Don't know yet.
And I will be honest, as of right now, I'm pretty sure it's going to get returned to Amazon. That's why I bought it in Amazon, just because it's kind of limited and stuff. Yep. To all of you that have been here during the live answering questions, whether you are for or against this, like Misfit Crafter, I think Misfit Crafter has done a great job of saying whether she disagrees or does not disagree with it. She is just saying, hey, here's the facts, and you as an adult can take it as you see fit and do what you want with it. But I do feel like you guys need to know all the facts. So, let's make this longer and even do the mug review. I think Sean wants to eat. Don't forget to like the video. Oh, I thought you were talking about something else, ID Party Designs. You're so cute. All right, everyone. I adore you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you for sticking with us. Reach out to us. If I disappear in the next week and you can't find me, I'm just saying, call Dateliner 2020. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I don't know. All right, guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye.